I'm going to say something that might make some women uncomfortable, but the men watching this already know it's true. Women don't understand men. Not really. And before anyone jumps into the comments saying I'm wrong, that's exactly the problem. Every time a man tries to explain what he actually feels, what he actually needs, what he actually experiences, women dismiss it, argue with it, tell him he's wrong about his own experience. So today I'm breaking down the 3 biggest things women misunderstand about men. And gentlemen, if this resonates, I need you to comment and let me know I'm not crazy. Here's what I've learned from talking to hundreds of men over 60. They feel consistently unheard, consistently misunderstood, consistently dismissed. And the pattern is always the same. When men agree with what another man says about male experience, women immediately respond with, "You're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about." But how can a man be wrong about his own experience? I'm not here to attack women. I'm here to educate the ones who genuinely want to understand. Because the truth is, most women have created an entire narrative about men in their heads, and they refuse to let reality challenge it. So let's talk about the 3 biggest misunderstandings. And men, if I'm speaking your truth, drop a comment right now and say, "Finally." Because the first misunderstanding is one that affects everything from how you're treated at home to how you're treated in family court. Women believe men are incompetent. They think you can't feed yourselves, can't clean, can't parent, can't handle basic life responsibilities without a woman managing everything. And this isn't just a stereotype. It's the exact mindset that dominates family courts, where fathers are routinely denied custody because the assumption is that men can't possibly take care of children as well as women can. But here's the reality. Millions of men cook, clean, parent, and manage households every single day, perfectly well. The issue isn't that men can't do these things. The issue is that women refuse to acknowledge when men do them. Or they add a little caveat that men are doing it wrong. You fold the towels differently, you're incompetent, you load the dishwasher your way, that's weaponized incompetence. You parent without hovering, you're neglectful. It doesn't matter that the job gets done. What matters to her is that it wasn't done her way. And somehow her way is the only acceptable way. Men, have you experienced this? Where you're doing the exact same task, but because your method is different, you're told you're doing it wrong. Comment every time if this is your reality. Here's what women don't understand. Different doesn't mean wrong. Your way isn't the only way, and constantly criticizing how a man does something is just another way of saying he's incompetent, which leads him to eventually stop trying altogether. And then you'll complain that he doesn't help. See the trap? But this incompetence narrative is nothing compared to the second misunderstanding. And this one destroys relationships faster than anything else. Women think men only want sex. They believe the only thing men see women is good for is physical intimacy. That men are shallow, one-dimensional creatures who can't connect emotionally. But here's the irony. Women are the ones treating relationships like business transactions. If he does X, maybe I'll give him some intimacy. If he spends Y, maybe I'll reward him. It's always conditional, always transactional, always something that has to be earned rather than freely given. And then women project that mindset onto men and claim we're the shallow ones. Here's what women don't understand about men. Within an exclusive relationship, physical intimacy doesn't just contribute to emotional intimacy, it defines it. This isn't about hookups or casual encounters. This is about committed relationships where a man views physical intimacy as the primary way he feels loved, connected, and valued. So when a woman weaponizes it, withholds it, or plays games with it, what she's actually saying is, I don't love you. I don't want you. And if you want me to show you affection, you're going to have to pay for it. Men, if you've ever felt like intimacy was being used as a weapon or a bargaining chip, comment, been there. And here's the part that makes it even worse. Women will deny a man's intimacy needs and then turn around and complain that he's not meeting her emotional needs. But why would he invest emotionally when she's already made it clear that his needs don't matter? It creates a cycle where both people feel neglected. But she started it by treating his need for connection as less important than hers. Women claim men don't understand emotional intimacy. The truth, women don't understand that for men, physical intimacy is emotional intimacy. And the third misunderstanding? This is the one that cuts the deepest. Women think men don't struggle, don't hurt, don't need emotional support. Here's the reality. The pain men face, the expectations placed on men, the struggles men go through, they're not that different from what women experience. Yes, there are subtle differences. But the core human experience of pain, doubt, fear, insecurity, men feel all of it. The difference is this. When a woman shares her struggles, she's glorified, encouraged, supported. She gets "you go, girl," and "it's not your fault," and endless sympathy. When a man shares his struggles, he's attacked, labeled weak, told to man up, viewed as less than. And here's the part that really destroys men. If he's vulnerable with a woman he loves, she will weaponize that vulnerability for decades. 20 years later, she'll throw it in his face during an argument. She'll use his moment of honesty as proof that he's weak, inadequate, or broken. Men, if you've ever opened up to a woman and had it used against you later, comment, "Never again." Think about that for a second. Imagine being a woman and sharing something vulnerable, and then having that weaponized against you for the next 20 years of your life. You'd be devastated. You'd never trust that person again. Yet that's what men deal with in almost every relationship. And then women wonder why men don't open up. Here's what women don't understand. Men are human beings, just like you. They're deserving of the same kindness, caring, and consideration that women expect to receive, but they never get it. Instead, women operate from the belief that they're deserving of everything while having absolutely no obligation to offer anything in return. You want emotional support? Then offer it. You want understanding? Then provide it. You want respect? Then give it. Men aren't asking for special treatment. They're asking for the same basic consideration you demand. Now, here's why this matters so much for men over 60. These three misunderstandings don't just hurt emotionally, they erode the three pillars that define masculine strength: power, presence, and peace. When you're constantly told you're incompetent, your sense of power diminishes. When your intimacy needs are dismissed, your presence weakens because you stop showing up fully. When your vulnerability is weaponized, your inner peace is destroyed, and the worst part, most men don't even realize which pillar has taken the biggest hit. That's exactly why I created the 60-second masculinity test. It measures where you stand in all three pillars: power, presence, and peace. So you know exactly which area needs your attention first. Because once you identify your weakest pillar, you can rebuild it, strengthen it, and stop letting these misunderstandings control how you see yourself. The link to take the free 60-second masculinity test is in the description and pinned in the comments. Take it. Get your scores, see where you really stand. And if you want access to exclusive content for men over 60, the stuff we can't share publicly because it's too raw, too real, too unfiltered, join our closed members circle here on YouTube. You'll get access to deeper conversations weekly, get early access to new videos, and have a say in the type of content you want to see us publish. It's a closed community of men who actually get it. The link is in the comments. Now tell me, which of these 3 misunderstandings hit home for you? Drop a comment and let me know. And if this resonated, hit that subscribe button because we're just getting started. Share this with another man who needs to hear it. Sometimes the truth is the best gift you can give. And to the women genuinely trying to understand, thank you for listening. This isn't about attacking you, it's about helping you see what men actually experience. And to the men, you're not crazy, you're not wrong, you're just finally being heard. I'm Dr. Avery Scott, and I'll see you in the next one.